So we're going to take the top doghouse and move it back to the front porch. One of these two used to be on the front porch. I think the bottom larger one. But the backdoor kitties, the gray girls and tucks, they don't go up top like we thought they would. Maybe they will sit on the platform this summer. But we're going to try to get a little more shelter and a little more heat to the front porch to Panther for tonight. Because they're talking about it being 12. That's right, 12 here. And that's abnormally cold for Raleigh. Yeah, Raleigh gets about 5 days out of the winter where we don't rebound above 32 degrees. And if all of them come in a row, pipes burst because we're really not prepared for that much cold. Don't think that's going to be the case here, but still, how unfortunate that New Year's Eve is just going to happen to be one of those super cold nights of the year. But yeah, just trying to make sure Panther's got options for staying warm tonight. He's not cuddly, so I can't trap him and put him someplace, or I would do that. Yeah, Panther was here when I started coming over a lot and moved in with Dawn. And no one was feeding him at that point, so I started feeding him. And he's very friendly. Hey, buddy. As far as accepting a few pets on the head. But, you know, he's still kind of feral. He doesn't really want a lot of attention, especially not being picked up. Yeah, we'll stick that other doghouse here. I'm going to give him a fresh towel, but there's where he normally naps. So I switched out Panther's towel, and I'm sitting on the clean towel to get his seat warm again. Yeah. And Don has brought the doghouse up. It has one of our hotter heating pads in it. Well, it's basically like the one I'm sitting on. And so if he's smart enough to go in there, he ought to be able to stay warm. And I'll check on him. I'm up during the night to use the restroom and stuff. I'll be checking on him overnight tonight, make sure he's okay. Smile. So Donnie's sitting here working really hard on those year-end Model X, cost of Model X numbers. Yeah, he's working on it. I think I have all the Honda Odyssey numbers ready to go, so yeah. Johnny and I are going to take off to Whole Foods, and we'll be back in a little while. All right, it's 30 degrees out. It feels like it's 20 degrees. It's just dark and dreary, and it's that damp, wet kind of a cold. Johnny and I are going to go to Whole Foods here for just a little short trip, catch a few Pokemon. They probably have some really good samples in the store today. We're going to see if they do. So this bluebird, I think he symbolizes how we're all feeling today. Just fluffed up, trying to stay warm, cold. I took this picture a couple of years ago when we were having just a little bit of frozen precipitation. And yeah, this is my cold bluebird picture. So it's 35 miles an hour through here on Sunset Lake Road, and I'm following behind some vehicles that are, you know, being pretty close to the speed limit. It's been a lot of stop and go, and traffic aware cruise control is doing a really nice job of staying up with them. When gas was $4 a gallon and I was driving my Honda Odyssey minivan, I never would come to Cary on the weekend and spend that extra money, you know. But when gas came down to 2 something, I would do it a little bit more. And now that we have Ruby, well, I mean, really, why not? Brie with the Adriatic fig spread is awesome. I did a lot of our grocery shopping today, so I won't have to do it on Tuesday. Johnny and I can do some other fun stuff and just pop in for our farm order. Johnny's freezing, but he still took the buggy back for me. Heated seat coming right up, buddy. There you go. And of course he's got his Star Wars blanket up here too. It's dropped 2 or 3 degrees just since we've been in the store. Yeah. And it's windy out there now too. I feel so bad for the first night people. So Johnny and I found out if you're going to go to Whole Foods Cary for goodies and samples, you got to go from 12 to 3. Yeah, we got here a little late for it. So they had one sample brie with the really tasty fig sweetness on top, and that was it. But Johnny did get a smoothie, which is probably one of the reasons he's so cold.
Okay, this is Donnie, and we promised we were going to talk about the cost of owning a Tesla. Well, here's the copy of our purchase agreement. Basically, we got a Model X 100D. It was $98,500. We got $1,500 of multi-coat red paint. We got the ultra white interior for $33,000. We got the carbon fiber decor for $250, 6-seat with console for $3,500, enhanced autopilot for $5,000. We got the premium interior package, and that included the bio-defense mode, the self-presenting doors, some LED lights on the seats and things like that. And we also got the premium sound and the tow package. So the total price was $119,800. With that, we also got a $125 destination fee, and also a $75 document fee. So the total price was $121,000 for the vehicle with its options. And going over to the settlement statement, we see the $121,000 for the vehicle. We see our $1,000 referral credit. So the subtotal is $120,000. But North Carolina has a highway use tax in lieu of a sales tax for $3,600. So the cash price of the car was $123,600. On top of that, we had to pay $223 a registration fee. So that brought it up to $123,823. When we placed the order on April 15th, we paid $2,500 down. So subtracting the $2,500 from the $23,823 means when we picked up the car, we wrote in a check for an additional $121,323. Now, I've created a spreadsheet. So there's the $119,800, the $1,125 destination fee, the $75 dock fee, the cash price of $121,000 minus the $1,000 plus the highway use tax, the registration tax. So there's the purchase price of $123,823. Now we anticipate getting the full $7,500 federal tax credit. So the actual cost basis for our Tesla was $116,323. Now, currently on 12/31, our odometer reading is 14,675 miles. Now we have actually paid $600 this year in insurance. I did that by totaling up all that we paid for the insurance and dividing it by the number of days, and it basically worked out at $3 a day. So we've paid $600 in insurance. So next year I am projecting about $1,100 in insurance. Taxes were $835.80. So we have to pay property taxes on vehicles in North Carolina. So next year we won't have to pay $835, but it will still be a significant amount, probably $700 to $750 next year. It's based on the value of the property, and of course cars depreciate, but the state depreciation schedule, I don't know what it is. I just know I do expect it to go down. The tag is $81, but that's fixed year after year. We didn't pay any maintenance. We didn't pay any tires, but we did buy $475.36 in electricity. Now that number came from Tesla Fi. I also have a digital power meter, and the Tesla Fi numbers and the digital power meter were within 2% of each other. So I'm just going to use Tesla Fi numbers. In December, we used 1,051 kilowatt hours, November, 1,043 kilowatt hours. Anyway, so basically from June 14th through the end of December, we've used 6,791 kilowatt hours of electricity at 7 cents a kilowatt hour. That means we have used $475.36 in electricity this year to power our Tesla. That's what we've paid for. So looking at it, total expenses of this year, taxes, insurance, maintenance, things like that, including electricity, we've spent $1,992.16. We've had the car for 6.5 months. So if you divide the 1992 by 6.5, that's $306 a month in operating expenses, excluding, of course, the purchase price of the car. If you take that $1,992.16, divide it by the 14,000 miles plus miles, it comes out that it's costing us 13.58 cents per mile to operate the Tesla.
Looking at the cost for having the Tesla Model X, I went on a little investigation of my own and took a look back at the total cost for my 2006 Honda Odyssey minivan, which is the vehicle I was driving prior to Ruby. So the first thing I did was I went and typed in all of my maintenance charges. I had the actual physical pieces of paper for each time I took my car to the Honda dealership and for all of the work that they had done on the car. And I entered those in. And I found out that I was at the dealership at least 4 times a year, but sometimes as many as 5 or 6 times a year. And I also got a look at, sort of a feeling for maintenance increasing over time. It cost me somewhere between $35 and $40 each time I got the oil changed. And all of the September through October services for each year include the state inspection. October was when my inspection was due. So that bumped it up a little bit, almost doubled the oil change, quote unquote, price there. But I did see where I went through some major maintenance here at 107,000 miles. I had timing belt put on, front engine seals, new spark plugs, and that got to be a pretty expensive repair at $1,200. And here again, not even a year later, it was only 9 months later, another $1,300 in 30K service, state inspection, and 4 new tires. And there were a few other bigger ticket numbers too. This one here will take your breath away at $2,400 for 4 tires and alignment, leaking rear left shock, leaking right side driver axle, and a rear engine mount that needed to be replaced. And then even this one here from 2015, September, $2,600, again, 4 tires, brake fluid, front brake pads, rear shock leak, timing belt, spark plugs, front rotors, and an oil change. I mean, wow, right? So yeah, the maintenance certainly did have a few large maintenance things. I found out for the life of the car that the maintenance amounted to $17,240.09. So not chump change for sure. The property taxes for North Carolina, I don't know how they figured it out, but I have the actual ones for all of the years except for I had trouble locating 2014 and 2009, so I estimated those. But I paid over $1,300 in property taxes on the Odyssey in its lifetime. For insurance, I just estimated it out based on the current fee that for the last 6 months with Dawn included in with the Model X was $207. And I went back from when it was a brand new car and just kind of did an estimate. So close to $3,500 for the lifetime insurance, 11 years for the Odyssey. And then, of course, plate fees. And I do have a vanity plate photo mom on that vehicle. It started out at $63, and then they've been steadily increasing the base registration fee, not the vanity plate fee, but the base registration fee is now up to $51 in North Carolina. Staggering when you think about it. So I've paid about $782 in registration and plate fees. So I came up with all of those numbers we've just talked about being at $26,399.45. I paid about $35K for the vehicle. I tried really hard to find the original bill of sale, and I could not lay my hands on it today. It'll turn up when I'm not looking for it, as I'm sure I still have it. So that gives the costs above plus the base cost of the vehicle would have been at $61,399. But I did have a loan on this particular vehicle, and it was an interesting exercise realizing at $596 per month for 72 months that meant instead of the $35K price, I actually paid $42,912 total for this vehicle over the life of the loan. So that moved my total up to $69,311.45, including my loan amount. Now, the one thing, of course, instead of taking electricity into consideration, we're talking gas here. I went out to Gas Buddy, and in the last 10 years, the median, not the average, but the median gas price was $2.79. So at 240,000 miles, which is where I'm sitting after 11 years, that calculates up to $27,900 in gas costs. And that seems to be a fairly staggering number too when you realize it's just exactly how much money you're paying for gas. So that brought my total driving cost up to $97,211.45 for this car, including the loan. I mean, that was my actual out of pocket, was just shy of $100,000 to drive my Honda Odyssey minivan for 11 years. So you take a $35K car, but it's really $100K, including all of the fees. So yearly, that was $8,837.40, or you could look at it, it was $736.45 a month, or it cost me about $24 a day, or 41 cents a mile. So yeah, that's a lot of money, but the car served me well, and I was happy with my Honda vehicle and the large capacity for cargo, and the easily, very comfortably fitting 6 people in, and of course, in that vehicle, the DVD player, which the kids loved when they were small, in the back, and the sliding doors were great on that vehicle. So it was a very enjoyable car for this investment. But, you know, I think this is something that folks don't think about when they, in general, no matter what car they're driving, they just look at the sticker price, but they don't necessarily think about the maintenance and the cost of the gas and these other things that really add up to the total cost of driving any vehicle. And just for grins, down here at the bottom, I did do what the costs would have been had I not included the loan or the cost of the car. Okay. So for your comparison, I hope you found this useful. Obviously, we're not trying to compare the Tesla to the Odyssey, because it's not just not apples and oranges, but it's more like David and Goliath. I mean, there is no comparison here. And we certainly feel the value add out of our, Tesla to be worth it for us. Got a defect. Oh, Happy New Year! Happy New Year! Yep, definitely. Here's to a fantastic 2018.
Yipper!
Yeah. 2017's been a good year for us. We're really thrilled to have added Ruby to the Miller household. Yeah, it's been a big enjoyment for us, both in driving pleasure and for me making the videos, and I think for most of the family making the videos too.
A lot of videos.
Yep, today's 200. Yep. Big,
200, that's right.
Big milestone. So the Model 3 video, no doubt, has been quite popular. And of course, we're happy to see that. 297 subscribers now. 3 more to go till 300. That's 3 for 300. So yeah, maybe that'll happen before midnight due to the popularity of the Model 3 video. But yeah. Sincerely, thanks to all of you for sharing in our journey with Ruby, our Tesla Model X, and you know, the support and comments and everything has been much appreciated. And we did want to definitely take a minute to wish everyone a Happy New Year.
Yeah, safe New Year too.